funniest self-harm video ever. Really? Even the likes of Rubin, Jordan Peterson, those people, do clickbait titles. No, if you've got something real to say, PR is keep to your values. What's the reality? And this is going to be so quick, and it's on my older camera, right? Because this one is uploading. But even here, speeds are just a nightmare. Right, okay. I don't like speaking quickly, but I have to because a 3 GB has taken 4 hours. Right. Giving away yourself to a project, your actual identity, is the true mindfulness and true sacrifice. So, super quick. But this really is the funniest self-harm video ever. And as we're going along, yet another cable seems to have started to fail. Right, the most important thing of all, if you're going to be active in society, is this. Now this is set to every 8 minutes go off, because every 8 minutes I have to turn that round, otherwise it disconnects, it goes into sleep mode and the video doesn't upload. Right, I'm waffling like a Jabberwocky, but actually, now, for 20 years, I've roamed these hills, even during a period, 2014, of 3 years of multiple, random, super healthy person, but the bugs showed they can bugger you. This camera here, I even, if I'm sleeping, leave a tripod there, because after the pandemic, something really, really horrible has happened. The farmers that go up and down, quite a few of them have seen me parked here off and on, just for a day at a time, for 4 years. Now they all stop. Who are you? Are you stealing something? It's so horrible. There's always a solution. So if you have as long as the camera isn't facing the road, then they'll really, what's going on here? Have we got some green or whatever or what? No, if you've got a tripod there, they will at least assume you're not a pikey out to steal. So every single thing I do, there's a reason for it. And the most important thing of all is that's the power. I can turn my battery on. Now, here's my office. And I went back to a £1.50 co-op fountain pens, because they're quicker. They don't stop working, blah, blah, blah. They're actually, it's a better habit to get into. It's better self-discipline, right? That's going to sound so wanky, it's daft. Right, but. I don't really like men in Britain. I've never done sport in my life. I do a lot of walking. I was walking up and down there for an hour last night. Unfortunately, can't go too far away, because even here, there are drug addicts and thieves down there. But let's get to the point. One of the things that really makes me sad is to see the amount of mainly men with the sport, and even up and down here at 5:10 this morning, somebody came up at 100 miles an hour. I just don't want to have anything to do with men in Britain. I felt that for a long time. But jogging on roads, used to be mainly men, and I see women doing it now. You will fuck your joints. We've known that for decades. Now, I look after my body most carefully, and what that means is miles and miles of gentle walking, not gentle, at times pushing the body, and quite a few years on an old bicycle. And this is actually why I decry the green and egalitarian, vehicle, we rarely get vehicles, green and egalitarian farmer, see, and he's going much too fast, green and egalitarian worlds, because I actually have an injury. First time for 37 years. Now, this injury may, I reckon it's 50-50, may disable me. It may mean I can't drive. It may mean I need to go to a doctor, hospital. Now, if you're living away from cities, the way, economically, and saving the state money, you operate your life is you have to have 1 or 2 family members, helpmeet, partner. Otherwise, you're buggered. You're going to end up on disability payments, etc., etc. You will cost the state more. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the safety net. I completely agree with the egalitarian safety net. Anyway, my injury. So, for a couple of weeks, I was really getting a bit more... Oh! I'll come back to that in a minute. So, turn it over and turn it back round. Right. Single parent, many years multitasking. This is the most useful thing in the world ever. So if I set that to 8 minutes, because this goes on to screen timeout after 10 minutes, set it to 8 minutes, and in 8 minutes I will turn it over. And that can apply to all sorts of things. But yeah, it's this business of the Greens, the egalitarians. I'm 1000% egalitarian, but they will never speak of team up with one or other people, even if you dislike them, platonic, whatever. Team up. It's the only way you can get through living in rural fringes in the bottom third. So I started to, about a month ago, in a really good mood, like action stations, get to work, and I quite often, I can't do it now, sit on the front seat, sort of in a Buddha position. 3 or 4 days ago, my knee started to hurt, and I think I've fuckerated myself. A cartilage has come away or whatever, and that is all swollen up, and it's really been quite painful. Now, the worst thing that's happened to society of all is endlessly going on about one or other health complaint. I don't do that. I've only actually done that to make the point that if my knee, and it really is, I'm not going to Google it, but if a cartilage is partly torn away or something, I believe those can be pretty serious things. If I get such that I can't drive, such that I have to go to hospital, whatever, blah blah blah, even have an operation. If you're in a couple, if you're coupled up, if you're living with somebody who's your compañero even, you will have a better life, and you will cost yourself and the state less. And the NHS, it all kind of, in all sorts of subtle little ways. But none of the left, the green, will ever talk about this. It is simply the end when this is so. Is that it? I think that's it. Yep. There we go. Such is life. Right. You're uploading.